Hey guys, this is Daryl, Quest for Vape over here in New York. I am actually sitting upstairs on the second floor in the lounge at Fluid Vapor, one of my favorite shops, which I'm fortunate enough to live 5 minutes away from. I'm doing a review today on the Subverter Mini Tank from SmokMe. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this review, because the tank is good. Alright, don't mind the paper, I apologize. I have this open, I'm using it for, I'm on my second coil over here. I've been rocking this for a little bit, enough to really put it through its paces, enough to know this is a great tank that I can get behind as a quality product that's worth buying, that's worth vaping on. And I want to just say that when I first started vaping, wasn't that long ago, it was 8 months plus, there was nothing this good on the market. There wasn't even any Subtanks on the market. When these Subtanks came out, I was wildly excited, and every one that comes out, I'm even more excited. And now it's like the market's got a whole bunch of variety and choices, so I just got to say, they're all good, they're all worth buying, they're all so much better than what we had back in the day. And I'm not even in this thing for very long. And people who are in this a year, 2 years, 3 years can tell you that the old school stuff pales in comparison to what's available today. So my purpose in reviewing is to validate that this is a great tank. Other people have reviewed it. In fact, the Vapin Heathen calls this the love child between the Arctic tank from whoever makes Arctic. I'm sorry, I have it here. Oh, shit. Horizon Tech, Arctic tank. It's the love child. It's got like the bottom of the Arctic, and then it's got the top of the Subtank, and kind of like the look of the cage, and then some aspect and qualities of other tanks. But it's a very nice, listen, the engineering design of these things is using technology that is very similar from one tank to another, but at the same time each has their own personality. So I don't want to fall into the trap of saying it's just like this but it has that. It's its own entity, it's its own tank, it's got its own personality and vape. And I want to tell you, the vape on this is very different from other tanks. Ideally, I like to vape this at 60 to 65 watts. I have taken it at the range from 30 to 100. I enjoy it the most at 60 to 65 watts. It's a cool to warm vape, and the flavor of this tank is phenomenal. At a cool to warm vape, it pulls out the flavors of juices that I haven't even tasted when I drip them. Like, for example, I'm vaping Epicus Nebula right now in this tank. I drip Epicus Nebula, the General. That's a vanilla custard, straight up vanilla custard, nothing else. But it's a very rich, very creamy, very mild, like, you really got to like custards, and if you do like custards, you love the General. This tank brings out the best of the flavor notes of vanilla, the best of the flavor notes of that custard, and I'm really enjoying it. And I mean, I enjoy dripping the General on a hot build. I'm really enjoying the General even more in this tank. In fact, I don't think I've ever tasted that juice taste as good as when I'm vaping it in this tank. So let me talk about this tank. Its design. Listen, there's guys that'll do close-ups that have videos. They're wonderful reviewers. They're going to give you the nitty-gritty of the details, the measurements, the how much it is, this, that, and the other thing. They're going to open it up. They're going to show you the inside of it. Watch their videos. I'm just telling you what the experience is like vaping it. The experience is smooth. If you like a smooth vape, it seems like it's atomizing the juice very, very thoroughly. I get a dense, nice, cool, flavorful vape from this. Be a little patient. You don't want to keep chain hitting this thing. You don't want to vape hit after hit after hit. Just let it wick. Okay, it's very good with wicking, but and I have like max VG juice in here, so if you're using a 50-50 or 60-40, you could probably chain vape it all you want, because the coil inside has huge wicking holes. Let me just show you. In this box, the tank comes nestled very nicely and snugly in this foam. It's packaged well. When it's shipped over from China, it's going to be well protected. I don't suspect you're going to see any problems from packaging. It's got this little hole here. There's peekaboo, there's something inside here, so don't throw this out, because you've got an extra tank glass sleeve, and you've got an extra coil. It does come with a 0.2 ohm and a 0.5 ohm coil, and they also supplied me with, doesn't come with it, but they supplied me with Ni200 nickel temperature control coils, which I'm playing around with, and I'm not going to talk about now because I haven't played around with it enough to be able to talk about that. But so far so good, I'll just say. They seem spot on to have really designed a great coil system for a Subtank. Look at the size of these wicking holes, are huge. There's 4 of them, and they're just gigantic bore compared to like other ones. The air holes at the base of the coil are huge. There's 4 of them. There's almost no metal. There's just like all air hole. So that combined with the diameter of the chimney, the diameter of the coil, and the airflow system, they've dialed in airflow, I believe, in my experience, the best that any tank has dialed in just yet. And I'm going to get a close-up as best as I can in a second. But so that's the extra coil. Comes with 2 of them. Glass sleeve. Very nice. Don't throw this packaging out or you'll throw out your nice extra spare coil and glass sleeve. All right. Enough said on packaging. Let's see. SmokMe Subverter Mini with improved adjustable airflow, bottom organic cotton replacement coil head, and unique design, dedicated to offering the best user experience. Flavor-wise, I'm gonna agree. Organic cotton, best performance, fruit flavor, and candy flavor e-liquid. Yeah, well, it's pretty damn good on a custard also, my friends. 4.5 milliliter tank, e-liquid volume, compatible with 20 to 50 watts. No, it's compatible with higher wattage than that. Cloud vapor production and long last time smoking. So I'm going to say 60-65 watts is ideal for flavor and vapor production on this one. And the coil itself did say the wattage range was from 30 to 80 on this coil. The other coil said, I think, like 30 to 100. And I actually took the other coil up to about 120, 130. It didn't scorch, it didn't kill the coil. It was just dry and it wasn't as nice of a vape as it could be, so I backed it back down. 80 was nice, 65 was just sweet, spot on. Man, that's delicious. It really, truly is one of the best tanks out there on the market for flavor. Okay, and they talked about in the write-up that they sent me, they talked about how they use a different type of organic Japanese cotton that is unlike the other tanks, because the other tanks use like facial puff cotton. So this, they didn't say what this is, but they said that this is different. And maybe that's why the flavor is so great. Maybe that's why it's such a nice cool to warm vape. But let me talk about airflow. It's got 3 Cyclops holes. They're gigantic. They're gigantic, these 3, compared to the Arctic, which has 4 hole slots, but they are smaller. So each of these slots is like double the size of what the in height and width of the Arctic. Now I'm only comparing for something you know and have seen before, because this one you might not have seen face to face yet. It also has a adjustable airflow in the drip tip. Let me show you this up close here. This drip tip, that's unique. I haven't seen that before. It's an adjustable ring, so you can adjust, and it has 2 Cyclops air holes in the drip tip, so the air comes in, hits something, goes down and around, so it's not even directly coming up. It's very interesting. It makes it a nice, light, airy draw, a cool draw. This drip tip never gets hot. It stays perfectly cool the whole time I'm vaping on this. And I've been through tank after tank after tank on this. It is not top fill. So you got to take it off, turn it upside down, open it up. Let me show you that. Its filling is very similar to the Atlantis, in that, unlike the Arctic or perhaps like the Magnus or the Heracles, it doesn't have those juice slots. It just has, here we go. Now it's a very smooth finish, by the way. You may want to have some rubber bands just in case you over tighten or you have a little bit of juice, and it's slick, it's slippery, it doesn't have knurling. So I'm going to take this off so I can show you. That's the inside of the coil. That's how you fill it. You just jam the tip of your dripper right down between the glass sleeve and that and those teeth of the chimney. Very similar to Atlantis in that respect. Okay. So it's using like some of the design features of each of the different tanks to combine into a unique new tank that has a unique new experience. It is different than the other tanks I own and have tried. And listen, I don't have one mod, I don't have one tank, I don't have one RDA, I have many, many devices. I like a wide variety, and I have a bag that I travel with. I bring this everywhere with me. I've got 3 mech mods, I've got 2 box mods, I've got 4 tanks. Why? Because I like to mix it up flavor-wise. Alright, so, and each of these tanks has its own personality. So I know if I'm vaping on the Crown tank, I know I'm vaping 80 to 100 watts, because that's where I like it on the Crown. I know if I'm vaping on the Heracles, I know I'm vaping at about 70 to 80 watts. And I know it's going to be a nice, intense, hot vape. I know if I'm vaping on the Arctic, I'm vaping 50 to 60 watts. That's about it. And I know I'm going to get a flavorful vape. I like to vape fruits in the Arctic. I like to vape anything and everything in the Crown. It just takes everything and turns into a big cloud for me. Heracles, I like to vape some fruits. I mostly like pastries in the Heracles. And this one, custards, because this one does such a nice job on the flavor. I'm really enjoying some custards, some things with a lot of hints and undertones, but not bold flavors. This is bringing them out. So, whereas normally I would do a flavor build RDA dripper for a juice like this, I could build it like a single coil or a Clapton or a nice twisted, something that's going to bring out the flavor in a juice at not such high intensity of heat. That's how I would compare the Subverter Mini to the other tanks on the market, and it is worth buying. Manufacturer suggested retail price, I'm told, is $36 or so. This means that somewhere in there, give or take a couple of bucks, that's what it'll be in retail shops. I think it's well worth the value. For under 40 bucks, under $40, that is well worth the value. Airflow, flavor, nice cool to warm vape. Well done. Let me hit it one more time and then say goodbye to you folks. And one more thing real quick. I have one brand new packaged in the box I am giving away. Watch my other videos in the playlist for Vapepocalypse. Vapepocalypse is a parody. It's also an advocacy challenge type of thing. So you call out 3 friends to do a video, you do a video, or you all donate $10 to CASA or whichever advocacy group you prefer. Right now there's a serious call to action for not blowing smoke. California's got some heavy regulations that they're trying to impose. We need to support our brothers and sisters out there in vaping in California. And then, as always, CASA supports all of the states whenever there's a bill or a law or some type of legislation that's bullshit that we need to make sure it doesn't go through. So if you want one of these, do a video, post it on your YouTube and send me the link. Post it on your Facebook and send me the link. I'll share it to my Facebook. Post it on my Facebook fan page, Quest for Vape, on Facebook. Somehow get it to me. Private message me on Facebook, and you can email the thing to me. I'll put it on my YouTube channel. Whatever you want. This isn't about me. This is about vaping advocacy and making sure we raise awareness. I don't care. Awareness is fine. Everybody knows about advocacy. I want to raise fucking money because lawyers cost money, lobbyists cost money, and to get a general mass defense going against a bullshit legislation that we don't want passed, it requires money. So awareness is nice, but that's gossip to me. It's a call to action to, hey, everybody can come up with $10. And if somebody calls you out and challenges you, do a funny video, donate $10 also. I put myself out there, made a jerk out of myself on video just for that cause and because I like it. But please do the same.